dumb. Oh, I hate him so much. I hate this world.
Officer Brown, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
Corrupt cops getting caught is a headline that grabs attention because what happens when those sworn to protect and serve cross the line, and what consequences await those who abuse their authority. Here are 3 cases of corrupt female cops getting caught. Starting off, you won't believe what went down with veteran Cincinnati cop Rose Valentino.
A Cincinnati police officer was alone in her patrol car, in uniform, on duty in April. A black high schooler apparently flipped her off, and that's when a racial slur she thought she uttered to herself in private was caught on body cam, sparking public outrage.
Caught on camera saying racist slurs and even the N-word while trying to deal with a traffic jam near a high school, she quickly found herself out of a job. The chief wasn't having it and said using such language tarnished Valentino's ability to do her job to protect and serve.
Dumb. Oh, I hate him so much. I hate this world.
Valentino argued she was being treated differently than others who'd slipped up with their language on the job. But the arbitrators didn't buy it. They said Valentino's rant wasn't just a slip of the tongue, it was a full-on attack on a whole community. And that's a big no-no for someone sworn to protect them. The police union naturally backed Valentino up, saying the decision stunk of bias, especially when the head of the NAACP hinted there'd be trouble if Valentino got her job back. But the arbitrators held firm. They said Valentino had access to support services but didn't use them until after the incident. And her disciplinary history didn't help her case either. Now, this decision is final, no court challenges allowed, so Valentino's out of luck, and Cincinnati police force moves on, hopefully with a lesson learned about the power of words and the weight of responsibility. Moving on April 7, 2018, Officer Courtney Brown and Officer Christy Wilson from the Roswell Police Department pulled over Sarah Webb, a resident of Georgia, for allegedly speeding on her way to work in Duluth, Georgia. When Ms. Webb was pulled over, Officer Brown approached her vehicle.
Stay in the car.
Sorry, my window doesn't hold.
Officer Brown, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card?
Yeah, my insurance.
Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please. The ground's wet, it's been raining, you're going over 80 miles an hour
so
on this type of a road. That's reckless driving, ma'am.
This is LexisNexis. I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right with you.
Now, speeding laws can be a bit tricky, especially in Georgia. You see, in some states, you need more than just an officer's guess to prove someone was speeding. But in Georgia, things work a bit differently. According to Section 46180 of the Georgia Code, it's illegal to drive faster than what's considered safe and reasonable, taking into account the conditions on the road. And Section 46181 sets specific speed limits you can't go over. In Georgia, if a cop says you were speeding based on what they saw, a jury can believe them, and you can get in trouble for it.
What do you think? I mean, I don't have any speed detections at the same time, but...
No, but you can use the fact that you were going whatever speed and she went past you.
Mm-hmm.
It's on camera, so you're going to have a back speed. You're going to have the fact that you went 90 to catch up to her. You're going to have too fast for conditions.
So in Ms. Webb's case, it seems Officer Brown's eyeballing of her speed was all it took for her to end up with a ticket. It might sound a bit unfair, but that's the law in Georgia. It's pretty likely that Officer Brown's say-so about how fast she was going would be enough to get her in trouble for speeding, and maybe even reckless driving. But then things take a turn for the worse. While the body camera was off, Officer Wilson pulled up a coin flip app on her phone and said something that goes along the lines of, "Heads, you're under arrest, tails, you're free."
Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
This is tail, right?
Yeah, so really.
23.
Michael Jordan? Hi. So I got too fast for. Let me write this down.
Too fast for conditions.
Is it reckless?
Yeah, you can do reckless. And then speeding. And you're just gonna have to mark the pace one instead of the.
I mean, either way, the speed limit here is what, 45?
Yeah.
45.
She was going way.
Yeah.
I mean, because I haven't done one like speeding like that, so that's why I'm a little bit unsure.
You're gonna do the patrol vehicle spot, and then it's gonna ask you for moving or not moving, and you're gonna do moving.
Can you help me do these dang tickets? My CAD won't even log me in.
Crazy, right? But believe it or not, even if the coin landed on tails, Officer Brown could have still legally arrested Ms. Webb. Under Georgia law, most traffic offenses like speeding and reckless driving are considered criminal misdemeanors. This means officers have the power to arrest people right on the spot. No warrant needed if they witness the offense happening. And that's exactly what ends up happening.
All right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah. All right, man. Do me a favor. Step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
Why am I
Put your
doing
phone
this?
down. Step out of the vehicle. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay? Double locking these so that they don't tighten on you. Do me a favor and step in front of my vehicle, ma'am. Step in front of my patrol vehicle. Do you have anything in your pockets of? Do you have anything on you? A Coke sticker, stab me? Any drugs, paraphernalia, anything like that? Okay. You have a bond. Return to the side for me. Here, move over, okay? I'm just gonna shake this out, okay? Alright. Do me a favor, step over here. It's my patrol vehicle. Have a seat for me. We're gonna buckle you in, okay?
Now, in the case of Officer Wilson's coin flip decision, a court would probably say it's all good as long as there was probable cause for the arrest. But in some places, like Georgia, department policies might say otherwise. For instance, the Georgia Department of Public Safety's manual says officers can only arrest traffic offenders in specific situations. But the Roswell Police Department's manual is a bit more flexible. It says officers should try other options before jumping to an arrest. By flipping that coin, the officers might have broken another part of the Roswell manual. It says cops should act in a way that earns the trust and respect of the public and other officers. Now, Officer Brown decides to start searching Miss Webb's car.
85. How does this open? Perfume.
2189.
Sunglasses. Times 2. Let's change. There you go.
2289.
While cops can't just search a vehicle because of a traffic violation, there are times when they can do it without a warrant. Ms. Webb found herself facing charges of reckless driving and speeding. However, these charges were later dropped. Roswell Police Chief Rusty Grant publicly criticized the officer's actions in a Facebook video on July 18, 2018. He announced that the department was undergoing a thorough reevaluation, including bringing in an outside expert for an audit. Officer Brown and Officer Wilson faced the consequences of their actions when they were both fired after an internal investigation concluded on July 26, 2018. On January 5, 2024, Mr. Bulldog was riding his bike, taking videos of different spots in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Just as he was near the city's police department, Officer Ashley Glantz pulled up, claiming there were calls about Mr. Bulldog's activities. She then proceeds to detain him.
Suspicious isn't a crime.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know y'all wish it was, but it's not.
Okay.
You've been proven wrong by your own coworker here.
You have a great day, sir.
I'm having a great day. I'm not breaking the law. I'm right here on the sidewalk in public, exercising my constitutional right.
This is what happens if a country trains high school graduates for 21 weeks and turns them into police. She is Ashley Glantz, who seems to be investigating suspicious people for the first time as a sassy cop based on reports she claims are from residents.
Well, I am asking you to identify yourself. You are refusing.
Haven't committed a crime.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter. No, I do not.
Okay.
You are incorrect.
Okay.
Well, you're about to learn. I hope this is your supervisor.
On January 5th, 2024, a man was riding his bike inside Jacksonville, North Carolina, stopping on foot just around the corner of the city. Officer Ashley Glantz approached a man who claimed to be a journalist. Let's call him Mr. Bulldog.
Excuse me?
How you doing, sir?
All right. How can I help you?
What's the very special department? Is there a reason you're just walking around recording?
Is there a reason I'm doing a job? Yeah, to make money.
Okay. People have just been calling, just thinking it's kind of weird.
It's journalism. I'm sorry.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's protected under the First Amendment, so.
I'm not saying you're not.
Sorry about that.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
Am I being detained?
Yeah, right now.
For what? For which crime?
So I'm further investigating why you're walking around.
What crime? That's not a crime. Walking around isn't a crime. You have to articulate a crime before you can detain me. Supervisor.
Supervisor. Okay.
Yep. You can't detain just anyone. You have to articulate a crime.
Now, in the United States, for a lawful detention, there needs to be something called reasonable suspicion. It's not just a gut feeling or a vague notion. It has to be based on specific, objective facts that suggest a possible crime. Merely being in a certain area or seeming a bit unusual isn't enough. So in Mr. Bulldog's case, this detention by Officer Glantz was unlawful and violated his rights under the First and Fourth Amendments. About 5 minutes into the encounter, Officer Glantz talks to her supervisor over the phone, and her coworker tells her that Mr. Bulldog is free to go.
17, so he is on his way.
To tell you that you're violating my rights.
It's not what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay.
I'm walking up and down the street doing a protected activity, and you stop me and demand ID for no crime.
So, like I explained to you, we've gotten multiple calls.
Suspicious isn't a crime.
Okay. That gives us something to investigate.
It does not.
further.
No,
Yes, it
you
does.
can investigate all you want, but you can't demand ID
Yes, I
when you
can.
can't articulate a crime that you think I've committed.
I never said you committed a crime. I said
So then you have no right here.
Investigating your suspicious behavior while we're
Suspicious
getting
isn't a
your call.
crime.
You have to identify yourself.
I do
too.
not.
Okay.
Suspicious is not a crime.
Hello, sir. How are
Name and badge number, please.
My name's Corporal Tim Bureau. My officer number is 674.
Thank you.
Jackson Police Department.
Thank you.
You live around here?
I'm not answering any questions.
Okay. Well, you have a nice day then, okay?
Thank you. Am I free to go?
Yeah, you've been free to go this whole time.
She told me I've been detained.
Oh, okay.
Twice now. So I'm detained?
Well, you want a supervisor?
Am I detained?
I'm trying to identify you.
That's not happening. Am I detained?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm trying to identify you.
That's not my problem. I don't have to further your investigation for you. That's your job. So if you want to find out who I am, you go run photo arrays, whatever you want to do. Apparently you have no idea how it works. You can't walk up to a citizen not committing a crime and demand ID. That's not how this works.
Okay. Yes, you know the law more than
I do, actually. It turns out that I do. Man.
my supervisor is on his way, and we'll talk with
Hard to believe a citizen out here would actually have a degree and know what they're talking about, huh?
This should have been the end of it, but then shortly after Mr. Bulldog is released, the supervisor shows up on the scene.
Great. Great. That's
okay?
fine.
Cool.
So I'm on the sidewalk. It's where I've been the whole time before I was harassed.
More than welcome to stay there.
So,
Go.
once again, you've been proven wrong by your own coworker here.
You have a great day, sir.
In the following minutes, Mr. Bulldog decides to film the license plates of the cruisers to keep track of who was on the scene before attempting to mount his bike and leave. However, as he goes back to his bike, he's detained a second time.
All right, guys, well, look, I'm sure you're capable of handling it. I hope you have a great day, bud.
Hey, sir. The officer asked her for your name and the information.
What crime do you suspect me of?
Well, like she explained to you, she's investigating suspicious activity.
Suspicious isn't a crime.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know y'all wish it was, but it's not.
Okay. Are you going to give her your name and information?
No, I haven't committed a
What
crime.
are you planning on doing, sir?
I'm doing my job, trying to, without being harassed.
Okay.
I'm just gathering content for a story, and y'all want to harass me over it.
Okay. What's your job? You're a writer?
Obviously, I'm a journalist.
Well, how is that obvious?
I'm gathering content for a story.
Okay, well,
Who else
everybody
does
with a
that?
cell
Do
phone
mechanics
isn't a
do that?
journalist, sir.
Excuse me?
I said everybody with a cell phone isn't a journalist.
If they choose to be, they are. It's in the Constitution.
Okay. Cell phones make you a journalist?
If that's what you choose to do, yeah.
Okay. You need anything else?
I mean, like I said, I'm investigating suspicious activity.
Suspicious isn't a crime.
Tell people about someone reporting. Ask
Fully
for
legal.
identification. If law enforcement asks for identification, you are required to identify
You are
yourself.
not. Why am I not in jail right now, then?
Because we're trying to not go that route by you not identifying yourself. So technically,
You see, I got bail money. So, I mean, if y'all really want to press it.
I can't arrest you right now for resist obstruct delay. You're obstructing my
I'm not as,
investigation.
no, I haven't
Delaying
obstructed
my
anything.
investigation.
I don't have to help you in your investigation.
Now, in North Carolina, officers have access to a handy book called Crimes. This book breaks down the elements of different crimes, helping officers ensure they're making lawful arrests. For instance, it explains that if an encounter with the police is consensual, a person can walk away. But the key element here is the one regarding disclosing one's name. Now, remember in Mr. Bulldog's encounter, the officers hadn't met the standard for reasonable suspicion yet. What's worse is that most agencies in North Carolina carry this book in their patrol cars, at the police station, and even on the prosecutor's desk. So there's plenty of opportunity for officers to look up these laws, leaving some room for interpretation and potential misuse. He was then arrested and charged with resisting, obstructing, or delaying an officer.
Am I detained or am I free to go?
Right now you're detained.
Okay. For what crime do you suspect me of?
Because she's following up on investigation.
What crime do you suspect me of?
Suspicious activity.
It's not. So suspicion is a crime.
Are you going to give her your name and information?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to put your hands back.
Okay.
However, the incident reported lacked crucial details, merely stating that Mr. Bulldog failed to identify himself after being asked multiple times. It's concerning to think that none of the officers involved bothered to consult the book regarding the charge, especially considering its availability. Now, in a bizarre twist, during booking, Officer Glantz allegedly told Mr. Bulldog that she wasn't going to take his fingerprints. Initially confused, Mr. Bulldog later realized that this tactic could have been an attempt to manipulate the system to keep him in jail without bond for longer than usual. Unsurprisingly, Mr. Bulldog plans to fight the charge and pursue civil rights violations against the officers. While filing a complaint against the officers may not yield significant results, Mr. Bulldog intends to pursue a lawsuit to seek justice for the violation of his rights. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on more stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.